friends, you've just witnessed something which I believe is, quite frankly, possibly nothing short of amazing. Before I go into what was so amazing about that, I want to just talk real quick about, some of the benefits of being a world famous, huge YouTuber are you get to travel the world, drive fast cars, hang out with loser celebrities, stuff like that. I don't know about any of that because I'm not one of those YouTubers. But as a mildly successful YouTuber who, hold on, oh, it's cold, it's cold. Oh, hey, who does have one of these? Yeah, I might not be a world famous YouTuber, but I have passed 100,000 subscribers. Thank you guys very much for that. And actually I did that a long time ago. It just finally got the plaque to me. Thanks, YouTube. And especially thank you to you. We're actually at around, I think, 167,000 subs right now. So again, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. You guys always leave such awesome comments. There's a few of you out there that are turds, but I would say like 99.9999999% of y'all are really awesome. And as a mildly successful small YouTuber, one of the benefits is a lot of companies reach out to you to test their products. Like a lot of them. Like I get a ton of emails every night, and to be honest with you, most of them are junk. But every once in a while, something really cool comes through. And there are some things that I just love. And yeah, let me just, let's follow the cord and see what I'm talking about. Actually, I'm already showing you here, so that kind of blew that. Stupid! Well, I don't care, because this was the plan, was to follow the cord and do a really dramatic effect, and I'm gonna do it anyway. What? This is the Alcatel P2001 power bank. Oh, dust in the eyes. And this thing has got some serious power. Let's talk about it. But let's talk about it somewhere less windy and dusty, although decidedly hairier. This power bank has 2,000 watts of power, 2,000 watt hours, and 4,000 watts of peak surge power. It's pretty freaking amazing. Now, I have tested a few other power banks in the past, and they were smaller ones. This is by far the biggest one I've ever tested. To me, this is kind of the future of where generators are going. Speaking of generators, right now it's a power bank, but if you connect it to solar panels, it's a generator. And a lot of people say, well, I've had people say this in videos before, in a real emergency, you're gonna want a generator that runs on fuel. In a real emergency, there may not be any fuel. So, as these things get more and more powerful, I think it's a good thing. And I just ran my table saw off of this. So this thing can handle, this opens up a world of possibilities for me especially, because sometimes, you want to do something out on, maybe on your property, or maybe you got a job site that maybe you can't run a long cord out there, and maybe also don't want to run a gas powered generator that's loud. This is a pure sine wave generator, which means that it is safe for electronics. Let's go over some of the features. Now, I'm not an expert in any of this stuff. I'm not gonna be testing this thing with meters and whatnot, because that's just not my thing. I just want to know real world testing. What does it do? Let me go over some of the features and what it has. It comes with 4 USB-A outlets, 2 USB-C outlets. It's got your 12 volt cigarette lighter outlet. This is an XT60 outlet, and I'll be honest with you, I have no use for that, but you may, depending on what you do. And to power each one of these sections in here, you just push the button below it, and that will power, your 12 volt section here. It also has a light that if you hold that down, comes on. SOS. Again, if you want to turn on your USB outlets, push the button off and on. on the side here, you have 6 AC outlets here, and I believe that these are 20 watts each, which is really nice, especially for using like on your power equipment. All right, let's spin it around here to the other side. And let's zoom in. And what you can see here, you got your overload protection, very important. Here is your input for your wall outlet. And here you've got Anderson power pole inputs. And let me show you, what you can do. Obviously, first off, this is for solar power, primarily. But one of the fantastic things about this power station is there's no AC adapter brick to plug it into the wall. Right up here on top, you've got this little enclosure, and this holds your cord for plugging into the wall. All you do is plug it in right there, and you're good to go. Like I said, no brick to carry around, which I think is fantastic. And by the way, this thing charges from 0 to 100% in 2 hours. That's pretty amazing. What else do we have up here? Okay, so in your Anderson outlet, is where you're going to plug in your charger for your car. So you've got solar power, you can plug it into your car, or you can plug it into your wall. And also up here is the adapter cord for plugging into solar panels. 500 watt max on the solar panel input. And just realized, I laid in chicken poop. One of the joys of free ranging. So the P2001 power station comes with lithium iron phosphate batteries that are good for 3,500 recharge cycles. And that means that is from 100% draining it down to 0, 3,500 cycles. So that means if you use half of it every time and recharge it, potentially you could get 7,000 recharges out of there. And my guess is you're probably never going to get close to that. What do you?
I need the car.
I'm filming here.
I don't care if you're filming. I need the car. You're done.
It's light enough for your wife to move. I always get Kim to carry the heavy stuff for me. I'm filming here, dude. Yeah, this is such level of disrespect.
Did you just call me a dude?
All right, so finish this somewhere else. Ed might have a channel called My Cluttered Garage, but I don't know. I think I may have him beat. Maybe I should call my channel My Garage Threw Up on Itself.
Come on, go. Come on. Are you chewing on a chicken turd? Come here.
We'll bring it inside here because I want you to get a good view of the display, how well this works. All the information that you get on here. Just cut it on. I really like this display. Obviously, right here you've got your discharge remaining. This lets you know as you're using it, how much time you've got left. Right now I've got nothing's going on. So I've got 99 hours. We're at 98% charge. We have no input right now because no power is going into it, and obviously no power is going out of it. Ooh, let's change that and let's test some more stuff. Right now I've got the power station plugged in, and as you can see we are getting, just like it says, 1,100 watts of input. And the reason I want to do that, the reason I want to plug it in, is to show you about a feature that this has called UPS. That's right. It ships packages overnight. No, not really. That means uninterruptible power supply. And to demonstrate that, I have this portable AC unit that was given to me lovingly by my sister and brother-in-law. I just noticed it's got an old for sale sticker on it, which means that they tried to sell this at a yard sale. That's hurtful. Let's plug this in because you know that this is going to require some power. And let's demonstrate what the uninterruptible power supply does and how that could be really useful. I shall plug it in over here on the side. And let's turn this on. Yep, 72 degrees, sounds about right. Oh, I just love feeling the wind through my locks. I'm using the portable AC unit to demonstrate this, but real quick, another thing that this demonstrates is that this has pass-through charging, which means that while the power station is charging, you can be powering some other device. But back to the uninterruptible power supply, where this could be like really useful is if you've got a freezer that's maybe out in your shed and you don't want that power going out there, maybe it trips a breaker and you don't realize it for 3 days and you lose all your meat. This could be really handy because you basically use this as an emergency power supply because it's using the pass-through charging capability. But let's say you lose the power to the power station. Let's say you trip a breaker. All right, so I'm going to unplug it from the wall. And as you can see, it's still powering the AC unit. And that way your freezer doesn't allow all your meat to go bad. Now that's just one instance of where I can think of that would be useful. There's probably other useful means that you can think of that I can't right now. I want to show you here real quick. The compressor just kicked on the AC unit, and you can see our output went up to about 800 watts. And actually that's going to vary because that compressor is not going to stay on the whole time. Obviously a unit like this is big enough. I'm not even going to go test it on my trailer because I know that it's powerful enough to power the entire camper with the AC at 2,000 watts with 4,000 watts of surge. My AC actually went out on my camper, so that's kind of a bummer right now. I've got to get that fixed. So there's no point in testing it on there, but I know that when everything did work, this would have enough power. To me, it's, you know, to be able to power like a saw, to be able to go to a job site or something and power a table saw, you know, that's something that requires a ton of power. And, you know, it's pretty cool that they keep making these power banks more powerful and more powerful. Where I really see something like this power station being really useful is in an emergency is if you had probably a gas generator and this generator working in conjunction with each other, where let's say if you can't power your whole house, but maybe you have a freestanding AC unit or maybe a window unit, and you have the gas generator powering what you need at one time. At the same time, that gas generator can be charging the power bank here. And that's not even considering the possibility of if you plug in solar panels. So, and obviously that's also going to use up the power on your gas generator a little bit faster. But anyway, you could preserve your fuel for your gas generator while at the same time powering this and alternating the two of them. Because obviously this has power for at least a couple hours at a time to power what you need. We live in an area where we have to evacuate for hurricanes. And we have come back early and not had power. And something like this would have been really handy just to have kept, especially at our old house, we didn't have any backup systems at all. And something like this would have been really good to have powered, you know, like I said, a window AC unit. Overall, you know, what do I think of this? Well, I haven't had it for a long time, but for the time that I have been able to test it, you know, I've been really happy with it. This particular unit right now on Amazon is $16.99, but I noticed that they have a $200 coupon, so $14.99. As I said, I've had it a short time, but I've been happy with it. Do your own research. I'll leave a link to Alcatel's website and I'll also put an Amazon link where you can order these and you can get the $200 coupon. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.